Hey guys, thought I'd make another video about I have another MacBook. This is a 2010 Unibody MacBook with the polycarbon, I don't know how it's pronounced, but polyphenol whatever it's called, but I'm just going to call this the Unibody MacBook. This was made in mid-2010, around the same time I showed the MacBook Pro in another video. In fact, this thing also takes 8 gigs of RAM. I only have 2 gigs here because I was originally going to use 16 gigs for the Pro. And I tried using on this one. They both gave me a screeching beep sound. So this only has 2 gigs. Maybe one day I'll create an 8 and maybe I'll showcase it with the 8 gigs from my Pro to see the high specs it can take. This has the 256 gigabyte SSD that I showed in the Pro. So this originally had a 250 gigabyte hard drive, but who uses hard drives these days? Well, in laptops. Desktops, I can understand. Laptops, well, okay, older machine laptops, that is. Who uses hard drives for those? Newer machines, understandable, but older ones, that's another story for another time. I got this for really cheap on eBay. You're not going to believe how much I paid for this. It was on sale for 80% off. And when I show you how much I paid for this, you guys are going to probably think, what? Let's try this again. Hey guys, me again. Yes, I have another MacBook I'm going to showcase in this video, but let me show you that, you guys are going to be surprised on how much I spent for this 2010 MacBook Unibody. I don't know what the material is called, but I'm just going to call it the Unibody MacBook. This is basically the later iteration of the MacBook that I've shown in a previous video, the black one that I showed in the video that belonged to a friend. This is newer than that. So this one can take up to high Sierra. I don't know if that one can take high Sierra, but this one can. But other than that, yeah, this thing was pretty dirty when I got it. I got this on eBay back in December 4th, and obviously there was also a sticker on there because it was from KG Collectibles, which is an awesome seller. You won't believe how much I spent on this. Look at how much I spent on here. I only spent $35.46 plus a bit of tax. This was a $40 cheap MacBook. It was on sale for really cheap. And they were originally asking for $80. I decided to step in and take it. And I'm glad I did, because this thing, well, let me show you the pictures on that and compare it to what I have now. This is the same machine in the pictures. I don't know if you can see in the, this originally had a Tom sticker here. The keyboard looks about the same. Now I gave it a good cleaning also. The back side was really dirty. I mean, look at this picture. This was the back side, but now look at the back side here. Well, it's still got a few scuffs in here, but I did give it a good cleaning. And don't ask about why this is peeling over here, because, well, I don't know how to fix that. If anyone knows how to fix this and get it to stick on the back much better, let me know in the comments. But other than that, you got 8 screws here. This has the SSD 256 gigabyte that was originally in the MacBook Pro. I put in this one because, well, since I'm going to use a higher end solid state drive on my MacBook Pro, this guy will get the older one. Although I did have to pick up a high Sierra USB stick because, for whatever reason, the firmware on the Pro would not read on this one, so I had to order this and get it to work on here, because before that I had to use Lion on here, and when I wanted to use Boot Camp Assist with High Sierra, easy. You just download the drivers on a USB stick and you're ready to go. Lion, on the other hand, and I think Snow Leopard also, as well as anything between, I don't know. Maybe El Capitan may be easy, I don't know. But I do know with Lion, you actually have to find the hunters, or hunt for the drivers to get it to work on that MacBook. And for whatever reason, this one, the sound wasn't working. The Wi-Fi wasn't working for Windows 7. When I upgraded to 10, the Wi-Fi started working. But for Lion, for this guy, it was alright. But the audio drivers wouldn't work, so that's why I went with 7 for this guy. Let me show you the ports on here. You've got your, similar to the Pro, just minus the SD card reader. USB 2.0, headphone, microphone, display, Ethernet, MagSafe, connector 1. This side, the Super Drive. Yeah, there's a few. Oh. Well, there's a small cracks here, but other than that, it's not the worst looking unibody MacBook. The keys look pretty nice. Well, could use some more cleaning, but let's go ahead and fire up this unit. Hold the Option key. Beautiful. But other than that, this one I don't have a password on here because, well, the person who I'm probably going to sell this to, he hasn't decided if he wants it or not, but I'm still not going to feature his name in this video, so I'm going to do some jump cuts and show you it running in action. So other than that, oh, and this one, unlike the Pro, which I had to get a charger separately, I did get a charger for this guy, although the charger for this fella has seen better days. I mean, look at this. And this did not have tape on there originally. I put that there because it was exposing here. The prongs right here are loose. I'll probably convince them to get the... oh my gosh, look at that. I'm probably going to clean this off camera when I'm finished filming this video. Yeah, poor MagSafe connector. And this is the L-shaped one if you're one, or the L shape. You got the T shape and the L shape. I like the L shapes a bit more because the cord goes the other direction as opposed to coming out that direction, because these are less likely to break on this side. The T-shaped ones, those, it may be a different experience for you, but that's from my experience. But other than that, I also have a new battery in here. I also did some stuff to this, except for upgrading the RAM. Again, the RAM situation, if the Pro would have taken 16 gigs, the 8 gigs would have been in here, but it wouldn't read my 16 gigs. The Pro wouldn't read it. I even tried putting in this one. They both didn't want it because 8 is the maximum this fella can take. So, well, you win some, you lose some. Let's go ahead and go to Mac OS and let me show you the features this can do. Sorry about that jump cut. Again, I didn't want to feature that person's name in the video because their name is on the device in settings, so I'm just going to go ahead and censor that. But anyway, this has a High Sierra 10.13.6. This is the same as the Pro. Has 2 gigs of RAM, processor, and this one also has the battery cycle only once or twice. Let's go to power if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, only 2 cycles, as you can see. Let's show percentage. There we go. It's got the same ones, except for the ones I downloaded. But other than that, this also has Windows 7 on here. So let's go ahead and switch to that. Hold the Options key and switch over to Windows 7. Let's go to Windows 7. Although, I should mention when you try downloading, try running this without the drivers. For whatever reason, without the drivers for this one, the Wi-Fi does not work on this. You actually have to download it with the drivers officially, or go on one of those websites connected to Ethernet and have it work that way. Bizarre. But anyway. And it is not 1:17 in the morning. Let's unmute his speakers. There we go. Oh, there we are. Fixed that. If you try doing this unofficially, the time you would have to go and set manually, but if you have the bootable information off the web, it will go to it correctly. So, let me go ahead and show the internet in action. I'm probably going to download Chrome on here. GLE.com. This only has a 256 gigabyte SSD, so yeah, there's not much storage on here. Only 2 gigs of RAM and 256 gigabyte SSD. Perhaps if there was 8 gigs of RAM in here, then it may make a night and day difference, but I'll save that for another video. So other than that, this thing works really nicely. The disk drive also works because I used it to install Windows 7 Home Premium. This is the same one that I used for not only this MacBook and the MacBook Pro, but also the one my friend had, the black MacBook from 2008. Yeah, that, I use this for that. If it asks for Windows 7, I use this. If it asks for Windows 10, I use this. Although I tried installing 10 on both of these Pros, and for some bizarre reason, it would not work with the drivers downloaded for Windows 7. It would say, I'm sorry, but this works for Windows 7. So unless anyone knows how to fix that, let me know in the comments. But other than that, yeah, we could sit here all day, but what can you expect with only 2 gigs of RAM in this thing? I'm probably going to have to find at least 4 gigs for this fella. So that's all I have to say here. Thanks for watching. This is Community25 saying, well, pretty neat device, don't you think? And for a steal, too.